Valena, Aspire to the Self, another timeless collective tarot reading. Thank you for clicking onto my video. If you are a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, subscribes, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. Please keep in mind that these are general collective tarot readings. Therefore, the messages will not and may not resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates with you in your particular situation and leave the rest. Please don't try to make the story fit if it doesn't fit. Okay, if it's not resonating with you, it just means that I'm not picking up on your energy, which is perfectly okay. Please keep in mind the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health. Please note that I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be. And if I mention them at all, it is either what my intuition is picking up on, or it's literally on the cards themselves. Something also note is that I am not a tarot reader, okay? I am a seer, therefore the cards are just how I connect with you guys. The cards are a physical and visual representation of the intuitive downloads that I receive, so please use your own level of discernment. I am also the author, the or both fairy tales in my hand here, The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is a fairy tale written for children about their intuition, what it is, how it speaks to them, and how if they listen to it, it can help them to overcome all obstacles, help them to overcome all traumas, as well as get them to their happy ending in whichever way that looks for them. It is a very self-love and self-worth based fairy tale. As well as The Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen, this is a fairy tale written for adults about healing and overcoming spiritual warfare and narcissistic abuse from family members and friends, and how to keep that inner flame lit despite any adversity you may be going through or experiencing. And no matter how dire your situation may seem, know that you always have a choice and that you're never alone. There's always benevolent beings around you just waiting for you to give them consent, to provide you with guidance, and to intervene and to intercede on your behalf so that way you can fulfill your soul's purpose in this lifetime. Both these fairy tales are in the bard format, okay, which means they're supposed to be spoken aloud and they rhyme. So think like Dr. Seuss meets Grimm's fairy tales. They are written and illustrated in such a way to heal and appeal to your inner child as you read them. They're short, they're sweet, they inspire hope, and they make you feel good as you read them. The audiobook will be attached to this video for both books for your convenience, as well as can be found on my channel. However, if you wish to purchase the physical copies, you can find them on online retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, just to name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice did a second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition, as well as my products, can be found on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All the information in the description box below for your convenience, as well as all my social media platforms and pages, so that way you do not get scammed by people or pages pretending to be me. As always, I begin each reading with a prayer. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess Morgan 23, Blue, your archangels, my ancestors, and the seen and unseen. Please only allow in this reading what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any low vibrational energies try to come through or try to ask, project, open a portal, remote, view, be a monitoring spirit in the past, present, or in the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender, in which I give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. Please allow me to state we want the collective to know, provide clear, concise messages. If any tried to abuse technology in any kind of way in the past, the present, or in the future by trying to take a screenshot or trying to ask, project, open a portal, remote view, or be a monitoring spirit, in this set, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender, in which I give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. Please protect me, this channel, the video, and the viewers as I deliver this divinely guided message. Any curses, hexes, evil eye, black magic, witchcraft, combining, let it be dissolved, transmuted, and intervened by the high. The cinder smashed, ripped off, they'll be unable to hide. All their lies, deceit, and ill intentions will become exposed and publicly known. Okay, collective, I hope you guys are doing well today. So the channel reading that I've got, okay, so right now you need to slow down. I mean, that's that whole Taurus energy. We just had a new moon. You need to slow it down to avoid making any kind of mistakes. You can be feeling very, very tired. You can be feeling very sluggish. Like it's taking you a little bit more effort to do things. I'm also picking up that like things aren't meshing. Okay, they're not going very well. Like things are behind. Now the next part of this download isn't going to resonate with everyone, okay? So please just take what resonates and leave the rest. Please don't try to claim it if it's not yours, okay? That's how you can mess up your energy, your timelines, your growth. Don't. So what I've been picking up on is that someone essentially signed a contract blindly, okay? So this is somebody who made some kind of bargain or deal, and they signed it blindly. Like maybe they didn't read the whole thing. Maybe they signed it like maybe it was like a favor, or that they had to do something like that, like the whole John Wick kind of thing where you have to, it's a agreed upon favor, you can't ask any kind of questions. But there's something very significant about a contract being signed and the person being blinded why they did it. This person could be losing their eyesight, and or this person signed something without knowing the full ramifications or knowing what they were signing up for, okay? And now it's like they can't handle the outcome. So with the beginning part of the download, it's like things are slowing down in their life. They feel very stuck. Maybe they're missing opportunities. Things aren't going together that would normally go together for them. You know, things aren't being in alignment for them. Like things are out of misalignment. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of disharmony going on. Things are going sideways. I picked up that this person was told to essentially watch someone, and it was to watch someone by getting close to them, like dating them, being a best friend, being a coworker, just being someone that was close to the person that was the mark, okay? Someone that was being targeted by either a group, a coven, a secret society, whatever, okay? This person essentially, again, signed some kind of contract blindly, and one of the favors or dictations, should I say, that they had was that they had to watch someone, and they had to get close to that someone as well. And I picked up specifically like date them, like, you know, go under disguise. And whenever this person that they were dating stepped out of line or didn't do what was the desired outcome, they tried to control that person, you know, either, you know, gaslighting, manipulation, abuse tactics, things like that, like, you know, like mental warfare and or even spiritual warfare, trying to get that person to fall in line, to do whatever they wanted, or to put them back to sleep, or, you know, to do whatever the group wanted for this particular individual that they were told that they had to watch. But I'm also picking up that there was some kind of intervention. Like, say, for instance, if this person was going to do witchcraft on the person that was the mark that was being watched, someone interfered with it in some kind of way. So they couldn't actually fulfill what it is that they were trying to do. But I also picked up that this person caught feelings for whoever it is that they were supposed to watch. Like, to get close to. They got feelings for this person and tried to save them at last minute. And now the next part of this is pretty gruesome, so trigger warning, okay? But I picked up that whoever this is, the person that they were watching was a mark to be part of some kind of ritual or ritual sacrifice. And the person who was watching them is part of some kind of group. Again, group, cult, coven, secret society, whatever you want to call it. Somebody here that does ritual sacrifices, and they get essentially cozy up, or they get really close to whoever the next potential victim is. And I specifically picked up that these people do their ritual sacrifices deep in the woods. And something that they prefer is children. Like, and that's a huge trigger warning there. They like to ritually sacrifice children. And the sacrificial ritual that I saw was like, there was someone here that like chained a child to a tree, and then the blood went on the tree. Again, very gruesome, not something that I want to see. But also that these people have some kind of underground, you know, like tunnels, connected tunnels in some kind of way. So it's very significant that they have their ritual ceremonial place in the deep woods, but then they also have some kind of underground layer, if you will, like, but I don't mean like the rich underground layers. I mean like they're utilizing some kind of cave, some kind of tunnel, some kind of bunker, you know. I picked up on tunnel, like think of like underground tunnels, or, you know, like closed down railway tunnels, things like that, like abandoned railway tunnels, something like that. They go to places like that to either abandon the victims, like after the spell is complete. I'm not entirely sure. And whoever this person that was going to be the next victim, the next ritual sacrifice, they discovered all about this group. They discovered about the person that they were with, and how they were fake, and everything that was with them was, you know, like it was a whole facade, right? They called in reinforcements. Like I'm picking up that essentially this is a potential ritual sacrifice victim that found out all the deep deeds, and then called the cops or the authorities on these people and exposed them. Then I also picked up that one of these people has run into some kind of op, somebody that was close to them that was an op, and that op had the intention of starting some kind of scene, you know, trying to elicit some kind of response, trying to, you know, pick a fight with them in public, because this is a person that has not fought with them. This is a person who's been very, very silent. They are not engaging, they're not entertaining, and someone here wanted to pop up on them in public and then try to, you know, incite some kind of argument or something like that. And I picked up that this person just laughed at them, like hysterically just laughed and just walked away. Another thing that I picked up on is something significant about the inner child and someone trying to attach an entity to a person's inner child. That could be like their way of controlling people or getting them to do what they want. Because again, like I picked up that they try to control their next potential victim. And there's no limits to what they're willing to do to put that person under control. But what I specifically picked up on was like some kind of entity that like attaches to the inner child and essentially enthralls that inner child, like they get lost in it. And they are therefore then led by the entity. So like how spirits show me this particular feeling, this particular thing was like, they went to a kids section of like a store and an entity came up to them and started dancing with them, and they were dancing for hours. So if you think about that, that's like some kind of law. It's like they're under some kind of spell, like they get entranced, but then it's like it's the entity that's leading the show. And again, it's attached to the person's inner child. So that's like how they get people to act the way they want them to. And there's something very significant about the child essence to begin with when it comes to the next potential victim. So it's like they prefer children, but if they have to use like say a woman or like say an adult, they try to attach something to her inner child because that's like a part of her that they're trying to sacrifice. Now, when you think of it in the terms of chakras, that would be your sacral chakra, which is your sexuality, your creativity, your pleasure, your self-worth. So that could be, you know, like core memories of empowerment and disempowerment. I mean, with creativity there, it's like they try to enthrall their creativity. But it's also like if they're sacrificing children for the creativity, it would be that. It's to essentially get their life force energy. So let's see what you need to know about all this. Spirit, what does the collective need to know about some kind of secret society that does their rituals in the woods and has an underground bunker, being discovered and outed by a potential victim, and how someone signed a contract blindly. I'm also picking up that the person that signed this contract, like, they're at a incredible state of overwhelm. They don't know what they've done. You know, like I'm picking up that this person's trying to run, like I need some air, you know, kind of energy. Like they're overwhelmed. They don't understand what they've done or what they've signed. Like whatever contract they signed, they didn't even read it. Like hence the blind, like they signed it blindly. They didn't even read it. They don't know the ramifications of what they were doing. So what does the collective need to know about this? When you sign a contract that's blindly, that was to get close to the next potential victim, they expose them. So we have past information revealed to bring clarity of jealousy. Earth star chakra, which is your chakra that makes it to where you can ground all the other chakras, that connects you to the earth, that connects you to your ancestors. Habit change. Soul growth opportunity, fifth house, creativity, manifestations. Then we got crown chakra, divination, spying, abuse, pause, time out. What else, Spirit? I feel like there's something missing. We've got karmics, meditation, and then milestone keeps wanting to come out. Of a karmic soulmate. Deception, not as it seems. Hidden information. So we have here that there is some past information to bring clarity about karmics. There's these karmic energies. A karmic is a lesson for your soul, typically brought about through pain, and how they were jealous of your fifth house, your creativity, again, your creativity, what you do to entertain. and you reaching some kind of milestone. So like, again, like if you're an entertainer, you're an influencer, you have some kind of platform, you're an artist, something like that. Like they didn't like your creativity here. And how they were trying to create some kind of habit change by attacking your Earth Star chakra. Your ability to ground yourself. Divination, spying, abuse on your manifestations through your crown chakras. This could be like dream state magic, like this could be like mental magic. There's been a pause, timeout, due to some kind of hidden information revealed to a karmic soulmate about deception that they received in their meditation. Them attacking your crown chakra was a soul growth opportunity for you, but I'm also picking up for them as well, so maybe it's both. So recap. Past information revealed to bring clarity, okay, about karmics. These are people who are just jealous of you and what you create. They're jealous of your sacral chakra, okay, and jealous of you reaching some kind of milestone. They've been trying to attack your Earth Star chakra through your dream state, okay, your crown chakra as well. So we have Earth Star and crown chakra, so your awareness, your connection to spirit, your discernment, okay, mental magic, dream state magic. Earth Star would be trying to put your chakras at a misalignment, malfunction, trying to get, trying to tweak your habits to where like they could put your chakras out of misalignment, malfunction. Because they've been divination spying, like pulling cards, going to seers, intuitives, doing mirror magic to divination spy, sending, astral projecting, sending monitoring spirits, things like that, on your manifestations. Because again, they're jealous of you reaching some kind of milestone with your creativity on what you do to entertain. Again, I'm picking up like heavy creator, influencer kind of energy. Now there's a karmic soulmate here that's paused, time out of doing anything else to you because of hidden information, deception, not as it seems. So again, this karmic soulmate, this is somebody here that got close to you because they were told to. They signed some kind of contract blindly, and they're realizing this. Like they've meditated, this is part of their soul growth opportunity. This is part of their awakening, is to awaken that the people that they're around are snakes, or they deceive them or something. They're pausing here because some kind of hidden information is going on when it comes to whatever this contract was that they signed blindly. Again, like they can't handle the outcome of all of this, like their cult, their coven being exposed, ritually sacrifice people, things like that, like cops, SWAT, whatever, coming after these people, the authorities coming after these people, what it means for their soul, like karmic debt, things like that. But again, this person also got feelings for you and stopped something at the last minute. So this person saved you. Again, pause, time out. This person saved you in some kind of way because there was another kind of act that was supposed to be done and they didn't do it. There was some kind of interference. This could be like another person stopped them. This could be like they had their own spiritual guides, or like they meditated and, it told them to not go through with it. Something here. So let's see what this is about. I want to know what this contract was. Spirit, tell us what this contract was that they signed, that they don't understand what they signed. Spirit, tell us about this karmic soulmate. They signed some kind of contract that they didn't understand. Tell us about this karmic soulmate and the contract they signed. Psychic ability, precognition, future vision. Wisdom. Grateful optimism, joyous view of the future. What is this contract that they signed they signed blindly? Touching earth, planning something new, 12-12, to get some kind of new beginning. So they signed this contract because they thought that it was going to provide them with a good future. They would have a new beginning here. They would release constraints to getting some kind of blessings. We have clairvoyance, interpretation. That their heart chakra is closed. due to some kind of conflict that they did on the full moon. Clarify, precognition, spirit. So this is signifying that you have some kind of psychic ability. You have some kind, you're a messenger, you're a prophet, you're an intuitive, you're a seer, okay? You could be one of the clairs or all the clairs, okay? But I'm picking up on a divine feminine here who's been able to overcome any kind of obstacles getting to move forward because of their psychic ability. When it comes to a King of Wands, a leader, someone who's passionate, who could be an entrepreneur, and how they're routinely doing something to them, routinely trying to get a new relationship with them. So this is the karmic soulmate here, this King of Wands. This is somebody that got close to you, that was trying to get you to, be adaptable when it came to your relationships. That you walked away from because you knew that this person was going to backstab you and trap you. So there's something significant here about how essentially your intuition saved you. Your ability to see into the future saved you. Now there's this is the person that was literally told, hired, paid. One of their assignments, you're literally an assignment of this person was to get close to you, like to date you, to court you, to be your best friend, okay? They routinely try to make you adaptable with having a new relationship. This is like somebody that's not committed to you, like getting kind of Knight of Wands energy. Like this is somebody that, either you could have rejected and they keep trying to turn your no into a yes, or this is someone that, doesn't want to label anything. Let's just, hang out and see how it goes, okay? But you left this person because you knew that this person wasn't good for you. They were going to trap you and try to bring you some kind of painful ending, betray you, give you some kind of ruin. You knew this. Clarify wisdom. Your intuition here gave you the wisdom. Gave you the wisdom that there is some kind of ego conflicts that was going to lead to some kind of deception, some kind of strategy, okay, when it came to something that you were creating. Again, 5th house, entertainment, creativity, it has something to do with what you do for work or what you do for money or a hobby you have or something that you're getting recognition for. Because you've used your wisdom to learn something, create something, art, music that provides you with a lot of joy. And your intuition told you that there's ego conflicts here, meaning like this person didn't want to work with you or wasn't that invested in you, or maybe this is somebody who just didn't support your dreams or aspirations, like they're that negative Nancy kind of energy. That anytime you told them what you were trying to create, there was definitely a reason for why you shouldn't. Yeah, because you knew that this person had some kind of strategy to like steal from you. There's some kind of, again, deception, not as it seems. Yeah, you received the news from your third eye, okay? Your intuition here about some kind of community, some kind of group. That, like, this is a person, this is giving like, maybe you had some kind of soul tie prior and you met this karmic soulmate through them. And you could just feel the envy and the jealousy. Like they're your friends, right? Or your associates, or they're people that you have an acquaintance with. Like you just know them, especially if you're like in the spiritually based career or field. These are people that, do what you do and you supported them. And now it comes time to support you. And you've created something and like you're not receiving any kind of praise or good job, or you know what, here, let me share your stuff, let me help support your small business or your idea, whatever. Because again, this is something you've done for them. But now it's like when it comes time for them to return the favor, you're met with jealousy, you're met with self-limiting beliefs, like self-imposed cages. Like people are mad at what you're creating. Maybe it's because, again, this is giving triggering, like they feel like they aren't worth enough, okay? I came across a quote that said, people that try to control other people have one thing in common, which is a deep-rooted sense of worthlessness. And they scrounge at any opportunity to find some form of value. So it's like you triggered some kind of worthlessness within them just by you being yourself, not you, dogging anybody or trying to break people down. My nose is really itching, so let that be confirmation. You're not dogging nobody. You never, diminish anybody's value or, try to cripple their dreams or anything like that. But it's like your creation, they're jealous of what you create and what you do and how you do things, like your spice. Like they're jealous of your spice. And it's like you knew that the people around you were just jealous of you. And it's like because what you created made them feel worthless. So it's like, what do they do? There's some kind of strategy here, some kind of deception, because again, you triggered, whatever you created triggered their ego. They wanted to feel better than you. And whatever you created made them feel inferior. So they took actions upon it. Clarify grateful optimism. They were trying to essentially crush your dreams. Again, Tower with grateful optimism, you're joyous through the future. Like this is, you created something and you got very excited about it. And you're like, yes, this is going to be the answer to my dreams. Like, say you wrote a book. You wrote a book, because I've seen so many people that have started to get on their book journey, which I am so elated and ecstatic for, okay? Get on their book journey just to be met with people that have like negative experiences or negative opinions, okay? They tried to bring some kind of catastrophic change to that, okay? They were watching it to see if you were overburdened. Like these are people that were hanging around you like just to see if their witchcraft was working. That's what this is giving. Like they had some kind of strategy that they were going to essentially, like say if you just started a new business. Here, that's a good example. Say if you're getting ready to start a new business, okay? And you told your friends, these acquaintances, whoever the soul tribe of yours was, and you're very happy about it because you're ready to embark on this new adventure, Spirit gave you the guidance, what have you, and these people were trying to find some kind of way to rip it up underneath of you. They wanted you to, be humiliated. This is giving like humiliation rituals. They wanted you to be humiliated. They wanted, you to go bankrupt or you to be in regret. You just, essentially your life fall to shit. And then they were watching, again, divination spying to see if you were overburdened by what they've done. Because they were very, very invested in this, trying to affect your choices, okay? Trying to affect your choices. There's something significant about a King of Swords, someone who is detached, head over heart, who's very logical, could be also an authority figure, that was trying to see. Again, they're watching. These are people who are staying close enough to you, which is why they received the assignment to stay close to you. See if the witchcraft is working. See if they're bottoming out. See how their mental state's doing. How they handle not, being successful. Because they wanted you to grow helpless. They want you to be in despair. They wanted you to focus on the negative and have lack of success, lack of achievement. Again, like these are people that really, for it to really affect your thought processes, to really affect your sense of judgment of self. Again, these are people that are very, very jealous of you, that you were around, you created something that you thought was going to take you to a different timeline, going to take you to a different level of success. It was something you were guided by a spirit to do. You may have told people that, and they saw whatever you created, and it's like, they're astonished at your potential. Maybe these are people that slept on you, that thought you would never amount to shit, or they were used to like one version of you. And it's like the moment you created this, it's like it opened their eyes at your potential and it triggered something within them. Again, they felt a sense of worthlessness based off what is it you created, based off of your potential. You're out here doubting yourself, and you have these people that are literally trying to destroy your life because they're scared of your potential. Your potential, not what you've actually created. Your potential, what you could create, the kind of future you could obtain, is what triggered their ego. Triggered that wound of worthlessness. And so the only way they can compensate for that is by essentially doing witchcraft on you, trying to bring catastrophic change to your dream, to your business, to your creations, put you in despair, make it to where you have absolutely no success, no recognition for what you're working on, want you to be overburdened, overburdened with bills, overburdened with like the stress of like, is this the right path in life for me? I've been doing this for X amount of time and I haven't seen any recognition for it. They wanted you to go through that like mental mind fuck of like, is this the right purpose for me? Because, you were called by God to do it. And this is like, is this the right path for me? They really tried to crush your spirit because what is it you created out of jealousy? Clarify touching earth. And somebody here was literally just hanging out with you, being around you to see if the witchcraft they were doing was working on you. Again, There's this promiscuous player here. So this is somebody, again, this karmic soulmate, you guys could have started as friends or acquaintances. Again, they were part of this group and they signed some kind of contract which gave that group, that coven, that secret society, some kind of hold on them. Like, you have to do this. Like, if I give you an assignment, you complete it kind of way. And there's this promiscuous player here that thought that they should, get cozy up to you. They thought that they should plant something new in order to get happiness here. Like, maybe this could be signing the contract. This could be trying to sleep with you, like taking that relationship a step further. Like they just said, hey, get close to the collective. But this person's like, well, what if I sleep with the collective as well? What if I hit it and quit it? What, get them all in their feels then as well. Yep. So that way they could bind themselves to you. To drain you of energy. So again, this person had a bright idea. They were just told to watch you. They were just told to get close to you to see like if the witchcraft was working, if the whole deception was working. But this person decided to take it a lot farther. They're like, you know what? I can plant something new and I can have a new beginning of just like sleeping with this person, being non-committal with this person. And in that act of having sex with them, I can establish a soul tie, a bond, a cord, and then I can drain them of all their energy and make them have to be resilient. Because like literally the words on here, drained of energy, fatigue. Like this person tried to drain you of all your energy. This is an energy vampire. Clarify river of blessings. However, you defended yourself, okay? With these people that try to literally shatter your dreams, try to shatter your hope, try to shatter your optimistic view of the world, okay? These people may have been comfortable with you until you started doing better than them. And then again, triggered that ego. And then they decided that the only way they can get rid of that feeling of worthlessness is by trying to make you feel worthless. Like that's the kind of time period that we're living in. I don't know if you guys have registered that or not. It's like we're in that kind of time period where, and this is without being political, we're in that time period where people have such deep-rooted hatred and insecurities and fears and wounds to where they want other people to pay for their inadequacies. And what I mean by that, so prime example, people who went to college, we'll just give you that. That's prime one that everybody understands. There was an entire generation. My entire generation was literally brainwashed that we had to go to college. We had to. Okay, because the generations before mine, because I'm a millennial, the generations before mine, their college was like $1,500 a semester. It was affordable. But then my generation became, $20,000, $50,000. Like I met people in my working career that were paying $100,000 in student loans debt each for a bachelor degree. Okay, for a bachelor degree, an entire generation. They brainwashed an entire generation that they had to do this money get rich quick scheme, aka college. Because remember, college was just so you could have a $40,000 to $80,000 per year salary. Like, so you could be middle class and not want for anything. That's what we were raised on. Like, you have to go to college. Your entire courses in school are going to be around that. If you don't succeed in this frame, in this box here, then you're going to be poor. That's literally what they told us. If confirmation spirit. The candle went out, the flame went out. They try to put every single kid in my generation's flame out. From middle school to high school, we're talking 7 years. It's just, you go to college, you take out a loan, and then you become middle class and you pay that loan back. If you don't do this, you're gonna be a loser. You're gonna be living in a van by the river, or you're going to be homeless or on welfare or things like that. That was literally what was force-fed to us. We had teachers, we had whole organizations, we had the for-profit colleges that, weren't even credible institutions. Come to our schools and tell us the importance of having this, and that we had to have it, or we're gonna be just broke, busted, and disgusted, and that we need to sign this essentially a mortgage to afford the right of being middle class. You gotta sign this pretty much mortgage. Because what people paid for college is a mortgage. My first house was $80,000. People paid that for college. And it's like, they don't like the viewpoints they get in college. Okay, they accrued all this debt because they were told to, they were forced to, they were literally brainwashed to be told that if they did it, that may be a failure in life. So everyone followed this model for success that our entire society accepted and our entire society enforced. They did this model. They're asshole deep in debt now because not only are they paying for that loan, most of them have already paid for that loan. They are just now paying that compounded interest on top of it, which is more than the loan themselves. It's like they're paying for their education twice. So say if their college was $50,000 with that compounded interest on what they paid another $50,000 in interest. So they already paid for their college. Now they're just paying for that interest. And it's like you have an entire society that now hates college educated people, wants them to suffer, wants them to always be overburdened with financial poverty, even though it was society that placed it on them to begin with. You see what I'm saying? Like society itself put that on them, put that burden on them, told them they had to do it, brainwashed them, brought them to that contract, made them sign it of, hey, you're gonna pay this much money for this little bit of education to hopefully be middle class in life. They did it, and then they got tanked. And then I think the previous generation, it was credit cards. Like, hey, get this credit card. You can just, pay it back little by little. And these people, went to asshole deep in debt. Then you had the housing market that crashed in 2008. It's like society has done the same shit over and over and over again where they brainwash the young. They try to give them some kind of get rich quick scheme that here's what you do to be successful in life. And then once they do it, it's not a good model or the model is outdated. These people are suffering now. And then they go, well, I want to make you suffer more. Key point example, because this just came up. Okay, like with one president decided to freeze the interest on student loans, on federal student loans. The next presidential candidate came in and goes, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to unfreeze it. We're going to make you pay all that back now. You haven't been paying it for all this time, but now you're going to pay on that compounded interest of the time that you've missed because of the previous generation, or the previous president. And then now I'm also going to add in little other things as well that we can, garnish your wages and stuff now. We're in a time period where there's a lot of financial strain, and now we have a president that did one thing and then another president who wants to punish the people that voted that president by going, okay, well now I'm going to, not only make you pay it back, you're going to be penalized for it, for what we did, but then now we're also going to garnish your wages, which is something that we've never done before. And it's like, society pushed these people to do this. They did it. Society gave that whole recipe for success. They did it, then they hate them for it because it makes people feel inadequate. It makes people feel dumb. Like the hatred for people who went to college. Again, they themselves were part of that regime. They themselves, all these people that hate on people that went to college, they are the same people that forced their kids to go to those schools, listen to all those messages, have all those, that propaganda, and they're pushing their head about how they have to go to college, just to be middle class, have to go to college, just be middle class. And they did it, and it's like, well, oh, you're not easily brainwashed anymore. Oh, I can't manipulate you to do what I want. Oh, you're starting to have boundaries. Oh, you're starting to have your own opinions and viewpoints. Oh, I hate people that go to college. Make them suffer. Like, you literally see that in every kind of comment section out there. It's like the hatred of people because it makes them feel inferior to themselves. And it's like the amount, and you're seeing it more and more now because the shadow self is being revealed to everyone, but also to people around them. It's like you're seeing truly the hearts of other people. And it's like, you're seeing how they're more than willing to watch other people get hurt because it makes them feel some type of way. Like they feel worthless, but then they go out and they want other people to hurt so that way they can have a shred of value. Another key point would be immigrants and minorities, how they're the people that get hated on the most. And it's like, why? Because they feel some type of way about them in some kind of way, it triggers some kind of insecurity within them, like they're taking my jobs or something like that. And then they are willingly wanting to hurt other people. That's this. That's this. It's just another extension of this. Like this is another extension of that. Like hating people that make them feel inferior. People have a deep-rooted sense of worthlessness that are grasping at value. You defended yourself. You defended your security. You defended your safety. You defended your financial foundations. You defended this to release constraints on you getting your blessings here. Because you worked long and hard. You made an investment, okay, that would bring you stability. Again, whatever it is your creation was, to bring you stability. Clarify, clairvoyant. Now these people feel very trapped and victimized by your intuition. Again, it says that you're a psychic here, that you can foresee things. That could also be blinded by it. Like this person signed a contract blindly. Maybe they didn't read it, or they never thought it would come to fruition, or, you know, this could be what I'm picking up on. This could be a person that signed a contract when it came to you. Like say if they were trying to give you off to be some kind of sacrifice, right? And they signed the contract thinking that nothing would be able to interfere. It was guaranteed success. But they didn't count in the fact that you were psychic, that you had gifts that would make it to where their plans would never be able to go through. They feel victimized by it because your intuition tells you about your heart chakra, your love, your self-love, the love of others, who you are to love, right? And then your sacral, your creativity, your pleasure, again, your inner child. Again, this is somebody that wanted to play games with you. Somebody that wanted to play games with you. And now feels stuck at a stalemate by your intuition. They feel stuck because of what it is that you know. Because again, this person thought they had an infallible plan that you would never be able to get out of it. They never thought that you'd be able to get out of it. This is somebody that consistently, routinely tried to get in a relationship with you, but only so that way they could play with you. They could have sex with you, have a situationship, you know, have friends with benefits kind of thing, and then suck your energy dry because they thought that it would bring them some kind of new beginning. If they just could plant this core, this soul tie in you. But your intuition because they were trying to stop you from keeping your heart chakra open by bringing you constant heartache and pain. Again, this is a player. This is somebody that wanted to breadcrumb you, you know, sleep with you, attach that soul tie cord, and then drain your energy, put you in mental turmoil, you know, like make you compete with another woman or man, or, you know, not know, you know, like let's not have titles, let's not have labels, you know, you're not a label of your experiences, you know, let's just experience life together. If this is a person that was trying to appeal to you spiritually, they would do shit like that. Men do that all the time when it comes to like trying to appeal to a spiritual woman. They talk about the soulmates, the twin flames, how they're in alignment, how, you know, they're just, you know, on their journey, and how they're just trying to be grateful for each passing day, and they're just trying to live in the moment. And when you put labels and titles on things, it just robs you of that because you have unrealistic expectations. I'm just a person, blah, 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 fucking blah, right? Like that's what it is. Yeah. Because they wanted to affect your judgment on who you have relationships with, because they wanted you to stay in a toxic cycle. They wanted you to stay in competition with a Queen of Wands. So again, they wanted to, again, this is someone who wanted you to compete for them by, you know, this person did on purpose. Like they literally got with you and this Queen of Wands. Or they could have been with the Queen of Wands prior and they just try to, you know, make you a unicorn and try to bring you the third in their already established relationship, whether you knew there was another person there or not, right? They wanted you to be in competition. They wanted you to feel worthless like them. So they try to grasp at value, you know, hoping to be fought over. Yeah. They wanted to mess with your mind. They want you to feel hopeless, heartbroken, to affect your judgments about relationships. Like maybe it's like giving you such a bad taste in your mouth about like what kind of relationships you've experienced that you would never want to date again. Clarify hostilities. Again, I'm telling you, I can't even make it up. Like on the full moon, these people are doing some kind of ritual here to try to attack your inner child. Okay, so that would affect you having some kind of marriage relationship with them, or whoever you're meant to have a relationship with. So that way they could get their wishes fulfilled. So trying to attack your inner child. This is also giving, like when I see this, you know, when it comes to the dream state, it comes to like an entity, trying to attach an entity to your inner child. This is giving spiritual spouse. Spiritual spouse is like somebody that claims you in the spirit. Again, this is somebody that tried to attach some kind of soul tie or cord to you, to where like they could keep draining your energy, and they laid claim to you in the spirit, and that's what kept blocking you, kept blocking your divine counterpart, blocking you from, you know, equally loving relationships, partnerships, high vibrational soul tribes, like blocking your blessings. Okay, like this is giving somebody that tried to be a spiritual spouse, like attach an entity to you via your inner child to be a spiritual spouse to you. So that way they could get their wishes fulfilled by essentially taking away yours. But your intuition knew, because again, you went within to receive guidance, and that's how you had a passionate breakthrough, because you seized the moment on whatever your foresight told you to do and gave you the spiritual wisdom. So like, essentially this was like essentially a test for you. This was like part of your awakening for your own understanding, your own gifts. Spirit, give us some cards for this King of Wands. This is somebody, again, whose ego was hurt. I can't even make it up. This person their ego is hurt. They're no longer curious about you. They're no longer curious about starting drama with you by looking you up from fake accounts. Maybe, again, this person is definitely stalking you still. Yeah, looking you up from fake accounts because they want some kind of romantic affair. Again, the only reason they want a romantic affair with you is so they can siphon your energy. They want another chance at establishing that soul tie, that cord. And then something significant about that contract they signed, including that. Yep, this is a wolf in sheep's clothing that was just trying to hustle for money. That's now essentially overthinking and stressing, overanalyzing on how they can love bomb you because they know that you're not acceptance of it. Same shit, different day. This is an obsessive lover that wants to give you some kind of dirty offer, and they've been fantasizing and being nostalgic about it. Who's this King of Swords? Who's this King of Swords? This is somebody that moves in silence, that tries to get women to compete for them. They're fake flexing, like they act like they have money, but they're unable to talk shit about you because you dodged a bullet. You escaped. This crazy person, yeah, that was just a thief. So there's more than one energy here. There's more than one energy that wanted to, again, it's like they wanted to make you adaptable with who you are in a relationship with. So this is giving, they have one, satanic Casanova that comes in, that befriends you. Let's be a little bit more than friends. Let's have a buddyship. Let me find that card. Why can't I find that card? Hey, yeah. Come through, Spirit. This is a person that would befriend you with the whole hidden motivation of being a buddy with you. They'll wait out however long that it takes. They just want to be a buddy with you. So you have this guy comes in that's dedicated, like that your intuition told you about, that was dedicated to trying to have a new relationship with you. Again, this is a person that would be a friend with you for a very long time, just at the off chance you'll sleep with them one time. Then you have this other person here that was stalking you, watching you, trying to get close to you as well. So it's like if you and this person break up, or you see that this person's not good for you, you'll have another satanic Casanova that's just waiting to catch you, to be at the right place at the right time. Because again, they stalk you. They know where you go, what you do, who you hang around, things like that. Here's another satanic Casanova to just come meet you at the right time when you're feeling down. And they try to befriend you as well. Competes with you. This is a person that it's like they wanted you to be stuck in that karmic cycle of picking karmic lovers, situationships, fuck buddies, friends with benefits, and it would each be a member of this like coven or secret society. So that way they always, even if you didn't fuck with one of them, you'd be fucking with one of them, and the group would always be fed kind of energy. But they could always keep you. It's like pimping you out. It's prostituting you. It's like they're messing with your mind, trying to bring you heartache and pain and despair, trying to lower your sense of self-worth, and then getting you to sleep with certain members in hopes that they can drain you of energy through some kind of soul tie, some kind of cord, because of your creative energy. All because, collective, you had the audacity to be your most authentic self and to go about your soul purpose. And it triggered their ego. Ego was the first thing that came out. You made something and triggered this person's ego. Now they're not interested in starting drama, but they are looking you up from fake pages. This King of Swords is always partying and creeping on you, crying over you now because they're being haunted by what they did, tripping on you. Yep, this player is tripping on you. They're haunted and now they're running. Again, they don't, that's what I picked up on, the running energy here. What I picked up on is when this person literally ran out of some Someone's calling after them and they're like freaking out, like wheezing. You know, like they can't believe what they signed or how it's turning out. Like someone's trying to talk to them and they just can't, like they're so disoriented. They're racing in their head. Again, the overthinking, stressed, overanalyzing. They're at that point in their head where they can't even hear messages. They can't, like when people are talking to them, they're unable to hear that. And it's like they're running now. They're tripping because again, they signed some kind of contract to be like a spiritual spouse of yours, to get close to you, and they had the bright idea to attach a cord to you, and now they're all stuck. These are people that wanted you, again, girl fight. They wanted you to compete with this Queen of Wands. Who's this Queen of Wands? Situation that's played out. Them trying to get some kind of unexpected money by getting up in your business, by pulling cards on you, because they ain't shit and they broke. Someone moved on from them and they've been reflecting on how this other person's chasing you for love because they're stuck. You're uninterested in the person that's wanting to be with you. You're too busy winning and you blocked them. So it's like, okay, like this Queen of Wands was in on as well. It's like you got two masculine energies here and a feminine. This feminine was left for someone to pursue you. And they're reflecting on how this person is chasing you and they're stuck. Their time's running out. Again, this is contract here. That you're uninterested in any of these players or any of them. You're too busy winning in life and they've been blocked. So like the whole situation of them trying to get money off of you, trying to do things to you, it's played out. And like now they can't deal with the consequence. Again, so that they're being haunted, they're tripping on you. They never thought that you would get this far. Again, they had this whole scenario of like trying to make it to where like they could just crumble your dreams. Whatever it is that you did, get close to you. But your intuition defeated them. That's been coming out a lot. Like people essentially underestimated you. I mean, there's worse things than being underestimated. Speaking from experience, there's worse things than being underestimated. It sucks that people keep trying you, but I guess it's the whole, it's like Spirit says, just do it for the plot, do it for the plot. I want to see what this contract was like actually had in it though. Spirit, tell us what this contract actually had in it. That this person didn't know that they signed or whatever. What was the actual contract? What was this actual contract that they signed? What is this actual contract? Again, this is a contract that they signed very impulsively and their feelings. Again, it said that you triggered them into something with your creations. So this person went to a secret society, a coven, a cult, and signed some kind of contract with these people because they thought that they would get some kind of new beginning. Or this could signify that they signed this contract because they saw that you were getting ready to essentially delve down a new path that didn't include them, and they were very, very jealous and angry, and that's what made them sign this contract. What was in this contract, Spirit? What was in this contract? What was in this contract? What was in this contract? Stability? What was in this contract? Stability. So they would got financial stability if they brought you catastrophic change that you couldn't recover from. Through challenging you, being in awe, doing traditional magic, again with their rituals that they were doing in the woods, to get them happiness, and that they could work with other people, the power of 3, to provide them with assistance. It was a group effort to get some kind of rebirth in life for their cup to be overflowing. So they agreed to this because, again, your creations, your potential, triggered something within them. They were very upset about how you got this new path. And they made this decision. They signed it blindly. They didn't read what it said. It said that they would get some stability. Again, that unexpected money, their wishes fulfilled, by bringing you some kind of catastrophic change that you would recover from. Being an op to you. Challenging you, sending you conflict. Again, like doing traditional black magic here on the full moon. Full moon's very significant. To get happiness with this power of 3, assistance to do this ritual in order for the group to get a rebirth. So again, it's like they're all tied together. What did they miss in this contract? What did they miss, Spirit? What did they miss in this contract? They missed that they would have their path blocked very quickly. All of their insecurities would come through something that they conjured with their mirror magic, 12-12, begin to get a new beginning, in order to siphon your energy. So it's like the fine print here is that their path will be blocked very quickly. If whatever they conjured to do mirror magic on you, to glamour you, to make you sick, to affect your life, your insecurities, would bring an end to their journey. If you were protected and were a seer that moved quickly and had good luck. So again, that's why like they're freaking out. They didn't anticipate that you were this gifted. Like that's the fine print. Like if you were able to get out of it, like say if you were protected, if you listen to your intuition, the seer, listen to your intuition, psychotic. If you listen to your intuition about the psychotic people around you using your psychic senses, your clairvoyance, and you moved quickly, you would have good luck. So it's like you were the loophole. Your abilities were the loophole. Spirit's telling you that this was all part of a soul growth opportunity for you, and that you got help. All of this depended upon if they could sacrifice you, if they could take everything from you. Like, so say how they would have won is if the moment you started doubting yourself or things like that, you started questioning all of your decisions, questioning your intuitive promptings, started, essentially being promiscuous, like just having sex with random people, or the two satanic Casanovas, okay? People that were just going to siphon your energy. If you played into that, and then you were in that black hole of despair, of having these players break your heart all the time, play with your feelings, get next to you to see if the witchcraft was working, then they would have got their wishes fulfilled. Again, they did all this out of jealousy. They didn't like that you were forging a new path. They didn't like your potential, essentially. And the loophole here was that essentially they would be blocked. Their path would be blocked in life very quickly. That whatever they conjured, like an entity or whatever, would be stuck to them, hitting all of their insecurities with that mirror magic to get your life force energy would go back to them. That an ending of their journey would be here. If you were protected, listen to your intuitive guidance and move quickly, you'd have good luck. Tell us about end of the journey with this fine print. Yep, it has to do with binding magic. They'd be stuck to it. Like if they kept trying to bind themselves to you and you listen to your intuition, move quickly, like doing cord cutting spells, cleansing your space, taking your ritual bath, your ritual showers, things like that, calling your energy back. This binding spell, again, like I picked up an entity that they try to attach to your inner child to make you enthralled, to make you preoccupied. So that way the entity would be telling you where to move, where to go, what to do, what to say, giving spiritual spells, trying to block you, okay? Trying to block you, these people, preventing you from being able to be in alignment with the divine counterpart, because in the spirit, they're already telling the universe that you belong to them. With this, it's like they've been telling the universe that you belong to them, that you are their property. They try to bind themselves to you, which means like they try to overpower your will to make you their puppet, their dummy. That this binding spell that they did would bring an end to them. End to them in what way, Spirit? End to them in what way? The Lord of the Forest, the stag. That justice would be here and that your abundance would be protected. Lord of the Forest would be predatory on their own financial foundations. And that they would be reunited with the smoke from the fire that they started trying to match their skill. Because every time they tried to hit you with a practitioner, it never landed. So doing all this witchcraft on you, again, it'll come back to them. They'd be bound to it. Again, that's Cernunnos, the Lord of the Forest here, would be predatory on them, hunt them down, go after their own money, their own stability, their own security. And that they would have a reunion with them trying to master their craft, trying to take shots at you. So what that means to me is, again, everything that they did to you in the spirit with their witchcraft to try to control you would go back to them. They'd be reunited with whatever it is that they tried to master here. They didn't foresee that. Again, this person's gasping for air. They didn't anticipate this. They didn't anticipate this at all. Great Goddess Morgan, tell us about what this person did to save the other person. Tell us what this karmic soulmate did to save the collective. What did this person do to save the collective, Great Goddess Morgan? So this person's trying to move on to calmer waters, trying to have the strength to be resilient as they watch you have victory and success because you've listened to your intuition for the long term and providing you with blessings. So you essentially, like, this was for the long haul. Like, you long haully did everything that you were supposed to do. Like, you didn't have a straight path here. It was very bumpy, it was very curvy. You had to take immediate action each time that your intuition told you to act, you acted. And you had to do it for a long time. Like, you had to do the healing work, your shadow work, things like that. Listen to your foresight here. Now they want to collaborate with the divine feminine because they are bound to that Queen of Wands that they were with, who is very determined to do anything and everything that they can to betray them and to stop them from ever having a new beginning. But what did they do? How did they save the collective? Great Goddess Morgan, how did they save the collective? So what I'm picking up on is that, so you were being attacked by this Queen of Wands, again, someone that they wanted you to compete with, that knows that this person's trying to chase you for love, that's been very jealous of you as well. They paid people to get their wishes fulfilled of bringing drastic change, rapid change to this Queen of Wands' health, to make them isolate from relationships that would bring further conflict and violence, that they were determined to do in order to bring poverty to this person from making a romantic offer, because they would be anxiety, fear, and despair, and bring an ending to them being with the high priestess. So you could be this high priestess. So this karmic soulmate stopped something that a partner of theirs was trying to do to you. They paid people to get their wish, to make this Queen of Wands very sick. Make them very sick very quickly. So that way they would have to isolate. Because this Queen of Wands was getting in relationships and trying to get people to compete with you, to, be violent to you, things like that. Again, determined to bring a poverty, a hardship, for this person trying to ask you out or be in a relationship with you, and to bring so much anxiety, fear, and despair and bring an ending to them ever being with you. So it's like, again, This person signed a contract blindly, being super inflated in their ego, not reading the fine print, never thinking that the fine print would ever transpire, okay? And then you surprise the fuck out of everybody because of your abilities. And not only that you have abilities, that you act on them, right? But then they're dating someone that's literally sabotaging their efforts. Like, if it depends on them, like if they have this bright idea that, oh, I'll just sleep with the collective and be that playboy and be that fuckboy that sleeps with them and leaves them, makes, breadcrumbs them, makes, attacks their sense of self-worth, but drain them all of their energy and their creativity so they miss opportunities. If I do that, but then I got this bitch that I'm connected to that is trying to stop me from ever being with the collective, essentially, it's like they attracted to them someone that's their own enemy. They've been sleeping with their own enemy. And again, they signed a contract not knowing that the enemy that would make sure that this contract would never, that they would never have success in this contract or getting their wishes fulfilled. They've been sleeping with that person this whole time. So when they came to that realization, they decided that they wanted to make this person sick, right? To get them taken out. Because they're like, okay, well, I signed this contract that says that I have to do A, B, and C to, get my wishes fulfilled based off sacrificing this person. And you're trying to stop me from sacrificing this person. You're being an op. Like, you're attacking my money. You're attacking me. You're trying to, put so much burden on my plate to where, like, I'm most definitely going to pay this contract. Again, like, so it's like the person they're sleeping with is an op of yours as well. But it was stopping their manifestation of what they were trying to, so say if this whole person's plan depends on you being with them and sleeping with them, and this other person's doing witchcraft on you to where you would never be attracted to ever, be this person ever again, but then also attacking this other person by, trying to make them poor and things like that. I mean, they're at the same vibration and frequency level where their witchcraft will work on that person. So it's like they have an enemy in their own camp that's ensuring that they're going to have to pay. Talk about reinforcements. Great Goddess Morgan, tell us about the reinforcements. Like, someone saw a ritual here and they brought like the cops. Who is this? They saw reinforcements and they brought the cop. What is this about? They saw reinforcements, they come to some ritual and they brought the cops. A Queen of Pentacles, a wife, a mother, had the foresight that they would have a passionate breakthrough for justice with these people from the past, or because there was children involved, and to bring catastrophic change to this whole event, to bring a painful ending to these people, to betray them. It's part of their family. So someone from their family, this Queen of Pentacles, who's this Queen of Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles is two-faced. She's a two-faced manipulator. So the Queen of Pentacles is a two-faced manipulator that had the foresight that they would have a passionate breakthrough to get justice for these children that were sacrificed, that she could bring a catastrophic change if she betrayed her family. So this is somebody that's in the family of somebody, of one of these people. Yep, family. Family member of this Knight of Wands, this promiscuous player. So a family member, a wife, a mother, this could be an aunt, a grandparent, a niece, a sister. This is a family member of this person that knew what they were doing to children. This promiscuous player, or these promiscuous players. It's a family member that turned these people in. I went and told the cops. Tell us about this ritual with children. 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 They thought that if they started some kind of fire, they would get good luck with utilizing children. Why children? That they could get a rebirth off of the child's energy, their childlike energy. How? How would they get a rebirth off a child's energy? If they put an end to their journey by binding them. Binding their love life. Binding them to them. And this is a lot of binding magic, and I've been picking this up for a while, and I haven't done the actual full reading on it because it's not meant to come out yet, but like it keeps coming out in small doses of like essentially these secret societies, these covens, these cults that do a lot of binding magic, like we're talking like ritual sacrifices, we're talking about blood binding spells, we're talking invoking entities when they do these blood binding spells. We're talking like a whole ritual. I'm not talking about like someone just doing the whole 2 candles and tying it together kind of a binding spell. I'm talking like they're doing a full-on binding spell using blood, essence, something of the other person as well as themselves, and trying to bind that person to them. They're doing this to children, putting an end to the kid's journey, possibly binding their love life. Because it says the forest lovers, binding, but I mean that to me, like this is like, when you look at this picture, they're bound together against this tree and they are one will. Doing some kind of ritual to get a rebirth or cup overfloweth. So they sacrifice children, bind them to them, end their lives. They do this out of jealousy. Jealousy of the kids. Or they attack children because of their jealousy of you. I mean, that's dangerous as fuck. Tell us about them. So like in the download, like on this card, I'm seeing that they're bound to a tree. And in the download, I had this, I saw the scene of this woman chaining herself and a child to a tree. And then like on here, there's a ribbon that ties them to the tree. The tree is somehow significant. Tell us about the binding themselves to a tree and the child spirit. What is this? The binding themselves to a child and the tree. It's to attach all their insecurities so that way they act very rashly and angrily. Make them insecure, make them act angrily. Spirit, this spell is to end the child's life. Yes, no, yes, no. This spell is to end the child's life. Yes, no, yes, no. Yes, this King of Wands. So they end. Trigger warning. They do this ritual sacrifice. They use a child. They bind it to a tree with some kind of chain. They end their life. That was the sacrifice they made to get the divine feminine's financial prosperity, opportunities. That was the contract they signed. So I have full understanding of this now. So let me provide you the rundown. Okay, these binding rituals that they do, you have to make a offering to a demon if you are summoning one. So if these are ritual sacrifices that they do in the woods, okay, and like the tunnel systems could be like human trafficking or something like that, where they get kids in some kind of way. But when they went to sign this contract, they had to provide an offering to that entity. And if it's a demon or something like that, they provide an offering, and they provided a child. And confirmation birth, the contract was that they had to bring a divine feminine catastrophic change that she would not be able to recover from. She'd end her own life. So that way, the leader of this cult, this coven, this King of Wands, was able to take all of her opportunities, her financial opportunities. Yep. Because they made this choice because they thought that they were going to get to move on to calmer waters, to having long-term stability. So this was some kind of, so that way they could be in this King of Pentacles energy. They could be very abundant, build their own empire. So they were sacrificing children That was the term of the contract, okay? Like, they even sign it in the blood, okay? They sign it in their blood as well, like the child's and then theirs. But remember, there was that fine print in there that if you overcame it, they would be stuck in its place. This person's stuck in its place. So essentially all that witchcraft, because they couldn't sacrifice you by a certain timeline, is going to go back to them. So whatever they wish for you is their reality. And then we had a family member of theirs who's two-faced and a manipulator turn them in, like they had the authorities called. So the authorities were called, these people are getting caught up, and this person can't believe essentially the turn of events. Can't believe the turn of events. I'm just gonna go. What are they bound to, Spirit? What is this? What are they bound to? They're gonna be serving prison time, demonic possession and invasion, property damage, vandalism, arson, accidents, and natural disasters, being dumped by their mate, getting scammed in a Ponzi or get-rich-quick scheme, root chakra block, losses in safety, security, and solid foundation. That's come out twice. Like that, it would go after their foundations, their own. Manifestation blocks, victim of home invasion or burglary, suffering from generational curses. So because of how that contract was worded, they couldn't sacrifice you. Now that means that they're always going to have their manifestations blocked. Their whole path is going to be blocked in life. They're not going to have security or foundations. Like essentially they're going to be broke, busted, disgusted. They now received a generational curse. They are bound by that contract to have a generational curse. Getting scammed in a Ponzi or get-rich-quick scheme. That is the ritual sacrifice. They're going to have property damage, demonic possession and invasion, because they couldn't sacrifice you. Now that entity's coming to collect, they're going to be serving prison time. Bills, 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 and relationship stagnation. So like they couldn't end your life, you being with a divine counterpart, and now again, like whatever they wish for you is now something that they're bound to. What is the T, Spirit? The red flags are there, so stop ignoring them. You saw the red flag that they were trying to get you locked up by any means, including framing you from a crime. Again, they're part of a secret society, and they're unable to face themselves after what they did because they're fading away. Someone's sick, someone's dying, because they viewed you as a rival. They were in competition with you. Again, like ego, heavily in their ego. Yeah, I wanted to give you some kind of date night, romantic excursion. Somebody wanted to date you as a rival of you. They try to hack into your electronics. You'll have the answers you seek when you need them, so just know that. Ninth house, yeah, when it'll provide you with the higher education belief system. Yeah, this person partook in some kind of community celebration, and you had to do some kind of immediate stop using substances like caffeine, alcohol, drugs, and sugar for health and vibration reasons. Again, you had some kind of habit change. When they spread rumors, no one believed them. Now they're homeless, couch surfing, asking others for assistance. And they're diving into why that is. They're diving into this family dispute. Again, because one of their family members told the cops about what they were doing. The fact that this person here that wants to sleep with you, that was someone that you dated or whatever, this is someone that, again, that's part of a secret society. You were an assignment of theirs. They caught feelings. They didn't like that you got away, started to attack you. But not only did you get away, you started creating things, and then they hated your potential. And then they ended the child's life at the promise of, if they did all this witchcraft to you, that they would get like essentially your spiritual wealth. They'd be able to move on to calmer waters. Yep. They try to unalive you with witchcraft. So be selective on who you give your time, energy, and love to. Again, because like you had a whole bunch of different like satanic Casanovas that were like circling around you like you're an open can of puppy chow, and it's just it's like puppy season. They tried to get your energy and they got trapped because they were trying to destiny swap with you. Again, this person's a hater. But just know that this is predicted right in the stars. So this is a fate event. This was meant to happen. Your father is a classic Lord Disney villain, so your father's involved in this. And you inspire many by living your truths. So your family's involved. Yeah. It came to some kind of relationship, 7th house, relationships, contracts, commitments. When it comes to this contract here, more information needs to be revealed as there's more than one topic needing to be discussed for tarot reading about this contract that this ex of yours signed and their anger and their feels. Yep, because they've been put on blast. Because you welcomed a new addition to the family, or they've welcomed a new addition to the family. They sent subconscious parasites to attack your mental state. Again, it's crown chakra here. But they didn't know that you have a lot of spiritual respect in the ethers. That you did some kind of shaman diet to detox yourself. Again, so that you stop drinking, smoking, whatever. Yep, when it came to your 5th house, your creativity, your passions, your self-expression. These people have lost everything from trying to come after your creativity. Again, your sacral chakra energy by trying to open some kind of portal to you. Because you're very psychically aware. Again, they didn't count that in. They didn't know that about you. That was something that was hidden. They can't find nobody like you. Again, your energy is too pure. The curse, whatever curse they put on you, is broken. The lies they told have been exposed. This person's possessed by spirits, by entities, and they're looking for an out. This person looked into your family history, and they see that you are in your winning season. Again, they can't believe this. They're getting a taste of their own medicine, and they're trying to look for signs and synchronicities for answers because they're in mental torment. So you need to focus on you and pour love into yourself, because they thought that you were a peasant and found out you're a king or queen, and they want another chance, but this is a mistake. This is an energy vampire. Again, that wanted to drain you dry by attaching some kind of soul tie to you. Well, well, well. What does the collective's higher self want them to know? What does the collective's higher self want them to know? That you are a shining star. It's time for you to take front and center stage, because heaven is rushing in to give you is about to shower you with blessings. Again, you getting blessings means the death of this person. That's why they try so hard. Like, if you don't understand why they're trying so hard, it's literally life and death. Like, the contract that they signed means that they will live the life that they wish for you. Like, all this witchcraft that they did is going to go back on them. Because if you win, if you get what's rightfully yours, this person's bound to that contract. They know this now. So a blessing on your day on the changes that you need to make, 555, Morgan's blessing of peace after battle. As well as blessing on a mother, 1212, to have a new beginning, but also to nurture your own inner child, and a blessing for healing of injury or illness that you may have gone through with like all this spiritual warfare and things like that. Does Bonds want the collective to know? That you're getting ready to have a fresh start, a positive outlook. That you went through a rebirth, you have a seat at the table, you've been crowned as a mystic. And the divine, specifically the divine feminine, the goddess here, has granted you mercy and grace, because you are a mystic. We have Hermes, messenger of the gods. It's telling you that Kali, the goddess of war, fertility, and time, is here. Isis, the goddess of earth, protector of the dead. Minerva, the goddess of war, schools, and commerce. 555, which is aiming up for change and giving you good luck. So you're being provided with a message from the divine that Kali, Kalima, the goddess of war, Minerva, the goddess of war, and Isis, the protector of the dead and goddess of earth, is providing you with luck with these changes. Again, you had to change some kind of habits. But you're getting luck with this warfare. You're getting luck with this warfare here. They don't have the luck, you do. All right, collective, I hope I was able to provide you with clarity of what you intuitively know. Thank you for watching. If you like my vibe in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel. Please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy Queen of the Unseen. Bye, guys.